I was talking to one of my coaching clients today, and we were talking about how he's going out into the world every day feeling agitated, really reactive, just like kind of unsettled. You know, a lot of people wake up with a decent amount of anxiety and depression, and the anxiety often looks like something they can't even put their finger on. Like they just have this feeling, but it's not even around anything in particular, and sometimes it is, of course. But I was talking about morning routines and how important I think they are. And a lot of people who are in 12-step programs know this morning routine well, but a lot of other people in the world don't. And it's pretty valuable, which is, the minute you wake up, aside from like maybe go pee, come back and write one morning page. And the idea isn't, a lot of people have an aversion to journaling. It's not like your memoirs that have to be, clever and incredible and someday you're going to read them back. This is a morning page where it's scribble. One page is all you have to commit to. You can do that in about 2 minutes. So you just start to write whatever is on your mind. I call it like a morning brain dump. Like whatever, and a lot of times you start out like, I don't know, I feel fine. And then by the end of the page, you're like, maybe you've written like a resentment you have towards someone. You're like, whoa, I didn't even kind of realize that's where my head is at. Or you start out right away with something that's bothering you, maybe in work or in a current relationship, and next thing you know, you might be on 2 pages and you're referring to something that used to happen when you were a kid. It's a super cool process. So, one page morning brain dump can help you to just basically check in with yourself when you didn't even know really how you were feeling. You have this overarching feeling, but you don't really know what it is. And you can figure out what it is without actually trying that hard to figure it out. And that gives you, go into your day kind of being aware of where you're at, you know, like you kind of give yourself. So then when you're hit with things, if your morning brain dump had some anxiety or some issues, when you're encountering people out for the rest of your day, you'll be kind of aware of that and you might react differently or be less reactive. The second thing is meditation. There's so many ways to meditate now. I do transcendental meditation, but there's a million apps, YouTube, it's free, you can figure it out however you need to do it. But that, like, getting just settled, getting into that presence, letting all the stuff pop out and move on that needs to, it is like a force field. You go out into the day with a very different force field around you. Things that happen will not prick and poke the same. You will have a different sort of disposition, and anyone who meditates will tell you that this is true. It just is. If you do 1 week, even one work week of meditate once a day minimum, but just try that, I just guarantee you will have a different experience of the week, unless something really big was happening out of your control, than a week where you don't do it. And another thing that I do quickly in the morning, I do a powerless list and a gratitude list, and I do them on my phone. The journal I write, because there's something powerful about handwriting that's your brain can keep up with fingers faster. I think it's you get more thoughtful writing when you do your morning pages written. But the power list and gratitude, it can be on paper. I do it on the phone, and you simply just say, you run off 5 to 10 things you're grateful for. They could be major things, my health, my family. It could be, the pizza I ate last night, like whatever you're just grateful for, big and small. That takes about 20 seconds. And then the power list is the really good one, I think, for, kind of pushing past anxiety. What are you powerless over? You start listing like 5 things, my boss's attitude on this project, the way my partner keeps reacting when I do blank, my dog's fleas, whatever it is that is earthquakes. It could be, again, big or small. And then right underneath it, you write what you can do. So you list out what you feel powerless over, not in big sentences, literally just the words, one word, boss attitude, earthquakes, dog's fleas, partner's reaction. And then underneath you write but, and you go in the same order. I can just do my work and try to be as honest with them as I can. Order treatment online for my dog from Amazon. Sit down and keep just talking to my partner about what my needs are. Whatever it is, again, this process takes about 20 to 30 seconds. You do all 3 things of those. That's 6, so I'll just keep it at 3. All 3 of those things, quick brain dump, do a meditation, and do the quick power list, gratitude list. It's such a small amount of time. It's, you can do that in 25 minutes, 30 minutes tops, and it will change your life. Literally change your life in the way it goes. I know it sounds like kind of an overstatement, but it's not. So just wanted to share that because it works for me and it works for a lot of people around me. So that's it. Morning routine.